Welcome. So, today I will be doing a movie review on the new Spike Lee movie Chiraq. And by the way, I think Spike Lee is the greatest director of all time. Just wanted to throw that in there, my personal opinion. But anyway, let's get to the movie Chiraq. Now, man, what can I say? I got a lot to say about this movie Chiraq. A lot of good, a lot of bad. But I will start off with the bad because I like to end with the good. So, let me tell you about things I don't like. Straight out the bat, I didn't like Samuel Jackson's part. I didn't. It was just very corny to me. Samuel Jackson is too great of an actor. He is too great of an asset for him to be used in such a role as just some guy that walks in and narrates the movie saying corny Dolomite lines. I understand he was trying to. I guess he was trying to pay homage to Dolomite. I guess that was Spike was trying to do with that. But it just came off really corny. It came out really corny. For instance, he made a joke when the girl's walking down the street. The main character, I forget her name. She said she looks so good, even George Zimmerman to say damn, something like that. Now, the George Zimmerman and Trayvon Martin thing, that was a serious situation. A life was lost, and I don't think that you should use a joke about George Zimmerman in that kind of light to talk about a girl that looks good. I just think it came off really corny, and it wasn't needed. What Samuel could have been was maybe an OG in the neighborhood, or maybe just somebody that the gamers look up to, and he could have been maybe ones that brought them together or something. But him to just be you, like it was corny. It was just corny. I didn't like his part. Loved his suits though, so I need his tailor's number. Samuel, best part about it was the suits, and now Samuel smacked the hell out of me. So Samuel, I don't want no beef with you, but hey man, I just didn't like that rule. Another thing I didn't like, Wesley Snipes. The whole, first of all, there wasn't enough gang activity. They didn't show any of the gangs. They didn't show enough of the gangs. Wesley Snipes was in a 3 or 4 scenes, and it was very cheesy. The gang thing was his was cheesy. The eye patch and everything. I just think it was corny. Wesley Snipes is another. He's too good an actor for him to be used in some minimal little cheap, weak role like that. If I didn't know who Wesley Snipes was, I think he was just some actor that gets roles off of Craigslist. It was just corny to me. There wasn't enough scenes. Nor Nick Ken was in enough scenes. I didn't like the rhyming they did. I didn't like the rhyming. I guess they were trying to. I didn't like like they were saying like poems throughout the dialogue, and it was just corny to me. Which probably is a cool idea, but just not for this movie. I don't think this was the movie for that. That could have been left out. That made it cheesy. Another thing. Now the plot of the movie was the females of the community not giving sex to the men to stop the violence. But in the middle of the movie, you got Nick Cannon having sex with some big booty girl that looked better than his girl. So that defeated the whole purpose. He was still out here getting butt. So what was the purpose of the whole strike? That kind of messed the plot of the movie up, and I think it kind of it kills the whole point. That could have been taken out. Jennifer Hudson, her acting was not up to par for a role for someone who lost their daughter or little sister. I'm not sure which one it was. I can't remember which one it was, but she just I don't think she bought it enough for that. It just wasn't convincing. I think somebody like Monique, who's really a really great actor, could have killed that way better. Jennifer Hudson is a great singer, and I give her that. So but the acting is just I didn't feel that. What else didn't I like? So I didn't like Samuel. I didn't like Wesley. I didn't like gangs. I didn't like the rhyming through the dialogue of the scenes. Another thing I didn't like, the whole Chicago thing. Now I know that this movie is aimed for all ghettos. It's really a story about all ghettos across America that goes through gang violence. But if it really was about Chicago, I think they should have had some young Chicago gang members on the set of the movie, guiding them, telling them, so it could be a little more authentic. It wasn't Chicago. I never been to Chicago in my life, but I do listen. I'm familiar with Chicago culture, like the music, and things like that. And the slang, it just wasn't up to par. Like, one of the biggest, like for instance, one of the biggest words in Chicago right now is the word ops, and that wasn't in the movie one time at all. I think, or if it was, maybe one time. Like, and I know for a fact, but I know because listening to interviews from people from Chicago, They said there was no one from Chicago on the writing team, and that's what it needed, a little bit more authentic. So that's really most of my negatives for the movie. Now I'll move over to the positives. The positives I liked about the movie was kind of funny. It was some scenes in there that really made me laugh. It was some funny stuff in there. I like the messages. Like one thing about Spike is he always likes to throw little messages in there. Like whether it's might be a quote that's on the wall. It might be he like to throw fortune cookies. A lot of fortune cookies throughout the movie. That's what I like. That's what I call it, fortune cookies. I liked the art. It was some great art visuals in there. Felt like I was going through a tour of Chicago. They showed the Michael Jordan statue in front of the Bulls Arena. They paid homage to Bernie Mac, Derrick Rose, all the famous Chicagoans. I like that about it. They showed some good landscapes in Chicago. That's what I like. That was pretty cool. What else? And then actually, like I said, I like the preacher. The preacher, even though I think it should have been a black preacher, but then again, he probably was trying to prove a point with the white preacher, saying like white people care. Like it is white people that care about gang violence in America, gang violence in urban communities. So maybe that was the point. And the speech he gave at the funeral was very, very strong. That was very strong. Some powerful stuff, man. I liked the little messages, like Angela Bassett telling the girl, don't call Nick Cannon Chiraq, call him Demetrius. So things like that. That was for somebody that's a gang member that's watching it. That's letting them know, like you're not that gang member. That you're not that monster. You're the little boy that your mom named you. That's what you are. So I liked that. What else I liked it? I liked the scene. I'm not gonna say I liked the sex scene, but I did like the solution they came up with, the plot they came up with, the contest. Whoever gave in first, I liked that. I think that was a cool way to, come to solve the differences. That was cool. But let me just give you an overall to wrap this up. An overall review of the movie. It was good. It was worth a watch. I would go see it. I may even say it's worth seeing twice, and not because it was great, but because of it had a little entertainment value. It started off pretty boring, so if you go to the movies, don't come 10 minutes late if you want, but like the first 10 to 15 minutes might make you feel like, yo, you might start leaning on the person you with, like, yo, this shit is kind of weak. But it gets better as it go along. It's one of the things that gets better as it go along. So the first 10 to 15 minutes might not be electrifying, but it gets better as it go along. I would give them, honestly, if I want to give it an overall rating, I would give the movie 3 out of 5 stars. 3 out of 5. And if I want to do 0 out of 10, I'll probably give it a 6. So it was okay. It was okay. What can I say? I mean, I wore this hat for a reason. Brotherhood. That's all Spike went. Brotherhood. I guess I would say that's the message that he's trying to give across watching the movie, that why are we killing each other? We're doing the like for instance, like we complain Black Lives Matter, but blacks are killing blacks the most. And at the end of the movie, brotherhood was made between Nick Cannon and Wesley Snipes and all the gang members. It's pretty cool, man. Go see the movie. That's all I'm gonna say. Go see the movie. If you know any gang members, take them with you. Maybe they'll learn something. Maybe they convince them, because it does say some very some provocative things. Go see it. And that's my review. It's longer than expected. Hearts on the wall. Should I do an MTV Cribs in my house? Nah, my house too small. That wouldn't take. My house so small. I could do MTV in a little Vine clip. I could do MTV Cribs during the Vine clip. That's how small my house is. But alright, Naim Austin. My Chiraq review. This was fun. I'm out.